Oh my goodness, here we go. My name is John Denton. Thank you very much for joining me today on the video. It's finally here. Abel has finally dropped after hours, and I couldn't be more excited. I was saying on Twitter yesterday, follow me on Twitter and Instagram by the way, saying on Twitter yesterday, I don't think I've been this excited for an album drop in years. It's definitely the most excited I've been for an album drop in the whole time that I've been reacting to music. I'm not going to hang around too long. If you're new to the channel, please do subscribe. There's a Patreon link as well. Guys, let's do this thing. Okay guys, before we start, I just need to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, and it is Filmora, an amazing video editing software that I've actually been playing with myself, and I must say I'm incredibly impressed by the tools on offer. Now, I know so many of you are looking to start your own YouTube channels. You've probably got a lot of time inside at the moment and have been looking for video editing software. This is a free unlimited trial. You can go and click the link down in my description now to get, but let me just talk to you about it briefly. You can see me using it here, a little behind the scenes peek on how I'm putting together my video with the green screen, everything like that. It's super intuitive, and it actually involves a ton of effects and filters that you can put on top of your videos as well. And if you want more filters, more effects, then you can connect to Film Stocks, which is their effects library, download more, get all sorts of stuff going on in your video. Honestly, it is super intuitive, it's super easy to use, and it is free to download the unlimited trial, but make sure you're clicking on the link in my description so Filmora knows where you come from. You come from your boy's channel, and I must again give a massive thank you to Filmora for sponsoring this video. You know, we're living in tumultuous times, so for Filmora to be supporting a channel like mine is a big deal. So thank you very much to Filmora. Okay. Jesus. Okay. I think we were all hoping, really, that this album wasn't going to be too pop. Now, a bit of pop is fine. We all love Blinding Lights. That song's grown on me massively. I love that track now. But if we're getting more stuff like this, even straight away, we're in for something very special, I can tell already. Full body chills already, full body. Gorgeous start, very cinematic, kind of 80s sounding track again, like something that you might imagine coming from a film from the 80s, sort of in the middle act of the film, where maybe the relationship's starting to fall apart, whatever it is, but also with enough synths, with enough production in there to make it feel simultaneously modern and nostalgic. And even the chords that he's using and the notes that he's using when he sings aren't necessarily the notes that he typically uses in his previous work. Different spaces in between the notes to create a slightly different mood, almost reminiscent of some of the music you might have heard sort of the late 90s, early 2000s in the UK, some of the more experimental electronic music in that way. Unusual track, feel like it's going to be a big grower and a statement that we're not necessarily, and pretty much not, getting a pop album.
I let you down, I let you on. I never thought I'd be here without you. Don't let me drown.
Oh my God.
Inside your arms now that I lost it. It's way too late to save
Okay.
our souls, babe. I can't trust where I live anymore.
So much regret, not only in the lyrics and in his voice, but just tonally all throughout the music as well. Less of a sort of ballsy, confident Abel that we're used to. Even Abel in his dark space still has that confidence, and just an Abel tinged with regret here. It's very different to his other music. Obviously it still sounds like him, but if you go back and listen to the old stuff, very, very different energy coming from Abel so far. That feels like a song that I've barely scratched the surface of yet. Again, that doesn't kick you in the head in the same way that, you know, High for This does, or Wicked Games, or something like that, or even Call Out My Name, something a bit more recent. But there was a lot to unpick and unpack in that track. I think that's going to be 1, 4th, 5th, 7th, 10th listen that we're really, really going to appreciate.
With me so many times.
Oh no.
You're crying out behind the smiles, and I can see right through the light. But I've been the hardest to love. You're trying to let me go. Yeah, together we are so alone. Yeah, 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 yeah. Don't regret the day we met. Don't forget the time we spent.
Very Postal Service, this track, if you know that group. They sing from Death Cab for Cutie. I mean, just look them up. Very, very similar beat to this. And in the hands of a different artist and the hands of different production, I think perhaps melodically this could be a little bit too mainstream, I think, perhaps. But in the hands of Abel with his amazing voice, that it's adding a bit more depth to the song. Listen, this one isn't grabbing me in the same way that some of his other music does straight away, but I'm very, very much in admiration of the fact that he's not just trying to make the same music over and over again, and this doesn't even sound like anything from Starboy. Beautiful transition. Obviously heard this track on SNL. Videos out there if you want to check out that reaction. But I'm not going to be skipping anything on this listen. I want to listen to the album all the way through as intended.
I should have let you go, but I kept you beside me. I know things will never be the same. Tell we lost will never be replaced. I'm the reason you forgot to love. No, don't.
This song is making me feel very much confident in what I'm saying about the other songs, right? Because when I first heard this, you can see the reaction. I was like, yeah, I like it, but it's probably my least favourite of the 4 that we'd heard so far from this album. And then I just sang it in my head, solidly from when I first heard it until right now. Now, hearing it on the record sounds gorgeous. This is going to be one of those albums, I think, that when you know when the transitions are coming, when you know when the notes are hitting, everything hits that much harder, and that is extremely difficult to accomplish as an artist. Sometimes I think it's easier to have something that shocks and has that immediate hit but doesn't necessarily stand the test of time. Now, Abel's music does that often and stands the test of time, which is why it's so incredible. But here, I think he's being brave enough to not hit you straight over the head with the immediacy on every single track.
You always miss the chance to fall for someone.
That use of that organ as well, somewhat funereal, but somewhat like a wedding march as well, jumping in between the two. That crossover of sort of life and death, of love and breakup as well. Very, very, very elegant choice in the production.
So
Beautiful track.
pray when I was 16. If I didn't make it, then I'd probably make my wrist bleed. Ultimately, turn my nightmares into big dreams. Whole squad mobbing, even though we only 6 deep.
Uh-oh. This could be the one. I knew from the name. I was like, please be about yourself, from Toronto when you were young.
Been out the page like they pop-ups. Spending all my money on these niggas that I brought up. Philip K. Dick. She never need a man, she what a man need. We was at Coachella going crazy. Stack a couple M's like I was shady. Superstar neighbor in my business. Paparazzi trying to catch me slipping.
Love that track. Love the fact that he was talking about himself as a teenager in Toronto, then his life of luxury right now, and then how it's tinged with sadness, how it's tinged with kind of hollow feeling towards the end, definitely backed up by the instrumental. Could have actually heard Drake on that track. To be honest, I think that would have been a nice combo, but I appreciate the fact he's gone for the no features on this one.
Pillow talk to me about the men who try to get between us. They buy you bags and jewelry. You got me tattooed on your mind.
Oh.
You just want me all the time. Cause I go crazy. And for that pussy, you know I'm a slave. But at the end of me, take me out of lane. Take me out.
You may have noticed these are different glasses, and the glasses had to come in for this one because I'm just loving the mood of it. Can't find my normal glasses anywhere. Obviously, day 12 of quarantine while I'm here. May have left them somewhere. Can't go and find them. Backup glasses, but they are similar to what Abel's been wearing in the video, so I think it's justified. Laugh at me in the comments if necessary. This track though.
Cause I got everything I wanted.
Ooh.
Got the money, got the cars, got the ceiling with the stars. Whoa. This place seems take me out of lane. For me, we had sex in the studio. The sweat fall down her spine. She's so mine. I cut my first and then she popped it for me.
What a track. What a track that is. Understated beauty throughout that track. Mood, atmosphere. That's a special one. Again, none of this is hitting straight through. None of this is like knocking you off your chair straight away. This is music that's going to take multiple listens. This is music that's going to really get under your skin in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 10th time through. And that's a credit to Abel as he's maturing as an artist to create that type of music that isn't just a facsimile of what he's done before, while there is still elements of it. And yes, you know, I think there are parts of it where just like, just make another Wicked Games, just make another one of those. But you know, those are a moment in time. This is where he is right now. And if you actually listen to the depth of the production in this, as amazing as the production was in his older work, there is so much going on here. It really is quite incredible. Just the engineering work really is quite incredible. A beautiful track. Obviously, we've heard Heartless. Going to enjoy it again right now.
Need a bitch, I'm what a bitch needs. Trying to find the one that can fix me. Cause I'm heartless. All this money and this pain got me heartless. For life, cause I'm heartless. Said I'm heartless. So much pussy be falling out the pocket. I'm talking time, rolling stone and bazaar now. Selling dreams to these girls with they guard down.
Such a contrast lyrically to the previous song as well, and just tonally as well. Really fits well within the album now. Almost like he's like, fuck it, to be honest, after all of that. Woo! Oh my god. Ooh.
I want you to follow right behind me.
Oh my
I
god.
want you to hold
If I OD, I want you to OD right beside me. Jesus Christ, it's Romeo and Juliet shit.
losing my religion every day. Time hasn't been kind to me, I pray. My faith, the lights are blinding you.
Fucking hell. And then straight into Blinding Lights. This is hitting different now after that.
I've been trying to call. I've been on my own for long enough. Maybe you can show me.
This is hitting way differently after hearing Faith, which is an unbelievable track and one that I need to listen to 1,000 times immediately just to even get my head around. That ending really shook me. And then he's talking about the blinding lights in the back of the, was it the flashing car or something? Obviously, you know, he's OD'd or he's whatever, dying. And then straight into blinding lights. Is it a rebirth? Is it a fucking descent into afterlife? I don't know now. It means something else. Also though, just purely musically, we've all heard this song a million times. It's been #1 in the UK. It's always on the radio over here. Obviously I've heard it anyway through reactions, through just being a Weeknd fan. Still sounds great. That is the testament to what he's doing on this album. Okay.
Take a loss. I'd rather be so oblivious. I'd rather be. Or you try to. You always try to hide the pain.
Ooh.
You always know just what to say. I always look the other way. When I tell you you're the one that was on my mind. Oh, your eyes. I see there's something burning inside you.
Bringing the sax in.
I see there's something burning inside. I saw you dancing in a crowded room.
Oh no.
I don't know why I run away. Your heart, you could have told me that you fell apart, but you
Synth-driven indie song, like early 2000s era indie from America, but done with Abel's voice. I'm here for it.
care. I don't know
Oh man.
I run away. Made you think that I would always stay. I said some things that I should never say. I run away.
Bro, this tune is just too good. It's too good.
Oh girl,
Oh my god.
I make you cry when you deserve someone better. Save your tears for another day. Oh, tears for another day.
Oof. Amazing song, absolutely loved it. Loved the change of tempo, loved the change of mood. Never heard Abel on a song like that before. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Stunning album so far. 3 tracks to go. We've heard one of them. Excited to hear that one again, and 2 new tracks. What are you thinking so far, guys? I think we've been very, very blessed on this day.
You don't love him, you're just fucking. You're just fucking. It's been too long, you changed up all the time. I promise you I'll always be mine. Oh, to me. You're fucking, you're just fucking me.
Song, dude, this song. What a track. What a track. Bloody hell. Wow. Guys, that was quite an experience, honestly. The word that was sticking out to me through all of that was elegance. What an elegantly put together composition of songs. What an elegantly structured album. Almost a shame that we'd heard After Hours already, because I'd imagine if that was the first time I'd heard it, oh, the hit would have been good after everything that had come before it. But I think Abel has shown a real maturity in his sound. I think the production and engineering and mixing and mastering is just on a completely different level. As amazing as it's always been, this just has so much more depth to it, so much more clarity, so much more distinction between the parts, or chaos when it needs to be, like on that last song, Until I Bleed Out. Like I said earlier in the reaction, this is an album to digest. This is an album to listen to many, many, many times and really start to understand and pick apart, start to hear different lyrics, start to hear different moods. It's definitely an album of regret, it's definitely an album of sorrow, it's definitely an album of heartbreak. And that final track is where he's just finally ready to try and move on and just get rid of the pain from everything. I must give a shout out to some of those tracks. Snowchild, Faith, Save Your Tears was stunning. In fact, I think there are so many amazing tracks. Escape from LA, absolutely gorgeous. So there are so many tracks I'm going to appreciate on further listens. Let me know as well if you want a review of this album as well as a later video in a few days. I'm pretty much going to do that, but let me know in the comments. And guys, I just want to know your thoughts on the record. I want to know your thoughts on the different tracks. This should be a rammed comment section. I want thousands of likes on this video, so please do hit the like button. This should, by all accounts and by all previous stats, be a massive video for me. And I just wanted to again extend a massive thank you to the EXO family for bringing me into your fold. I very much feel part of it. It's been an absolute honour to be able to experience this album now as it drops with all of you guys. I do believe that it's lived up to the hype. I'm very excited to go back and listen to it again. I will listen to it again tonight when it is dark with a drink and really absorb it again in a different way. And you know, as we're going through what is such a tumultuous and difficult time for the world right now, I do feel slightly blessed that Abel has still dropped his album, so we can all enjoy some structure, some beauty, some positivity, even an album tinged in sorrow and heartbreak, and we can kind of enjoy that and heal a little bit across the world. So I know that sounds a little bit dramatic, but you know, these are the most uncertain times that we've all lived in. We don't know what's going on. So to have something like this to kind of ground us all is extremely important. Guys, that's it from me. Make sure you're subscribed if you are new to the channel and you made it all this way. Let me know your thoughts, like I said, down below. Please drop a like on the video as well. And there is a Patreon link as well. Make sure you're going and checking out the sponsor as well, Filmora. Big shout out to them for sponsoring the channel. It's a big deal. Guys, I'll catch you on the next one. What a time. Peace.